What's up, YouTube-ish? YouTubers, YouTube-I? What is the correct term that I should be calling everybody? I don't know. Viewers, subscribers, friends. Hi! Let's just go with that for now. Okay. I don't even know how to, get into this topic now and talk about it. It's pretty serious. It's not like end of the world serious, but if you're a parent, you know that at the age, at any age, but my daughter right now is 12, and she's entered the age of bullying, and I really hope she doesn't bully people, but she has been, on the receiving end of a lot of bullying, and it's starting to kind of bother me as a mom. And I thought I would take a minute just to kind of talk about it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you guys feel the same way. Maybe you're sorry. But maybe as a parent you're starting to deal with this, or as a person or a teenager or however old you are, if you're dealing with this, let's talk about this. I don't feel like it's being talked about enough, and I feel like it needs to be. Like, for instance, maybe it's the day and age that we live in where everything is so technological. Kids are on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they're on Twitter, they're on Snapchat, they're on Google Mail, they're on all of these websites and chats, and everything is so easily misconstrued or misread or what have you. Like, I know, for me personally, one of my friends and I got into a fight on Facebook, and it escalated so fast because there's no way of knowing. I'm really sick, I'm sorry. That was a lot more painful than I thought it was. Okay. Like I said, she and I got into a huge fight on Facebook about a month and a half ago, because when you're on Facebook, it's not like on the phone, it's not like you know what the person's tone of voice is. You don't know if they're being when you say something, I'm trying to think of how to word this, I don't know how to word what I'm trying to say. There's no tone, so that you don't know if somebody's being serious, if they're joking. Sometimes they say something, you take it as they're being aggressive, and they're really not. She got really upset with me when I said that I had thought she owed me money, and she's like, no, I didn't, and I simply said to her, well, we hadn't. She's like, I thought it was X amount of dollars, and I said, well, we never sat down and negotiated a price about anything, and I wasn't being mean, there wasn't any yelling, that's the thing about Facebook and, Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff, is, there is no way of knowing what somebody's, attitude or temperament is. So you could take something out of context without even realizing it. You can escalate something so quickly because you don't have what you have on, the phone. And I know, a lot of people are doing it. But the other thing is I'm finding it shocking, actually. Some of the things that I have seen written to my child from children her own age. I was leery about her being on Facebook and having her own account. All her friends do. Everybody in her class but her, it seemed, had one. I think there's one other kid besides her that doesn't have one. And so I kind of thought, well, alright, maybe we'll give this a shot. Maybe we'll let her see if she can handle it. So I'm beginning to regret that decision. Because, yes, with Facebook comes this huge amount of responsibility that I'm not sure she's ready for. But I'm not sure she was ready for the other side of that too, which is the negative side of the cyber world. Like, she was dating this kid. They're 12, okay? Their version of dating is hanging out at school and maybe holding hands. That's the dating reality. And that's all it would ever be because Mama Bear said so. Got it? Boys. Anyway, so she dated this kid and he broke up with her and never thought to tell her until she found out on Facebook that he changed his status to single. So my daughter, being the fabulous love bug that she is, simply stated to him, because he put on his Facebook status, single for 2 days, and she's like, yeah, it's pretty rude that you put that status up considering you never told me we broke up. Instantly, the haters showed up, and like this one girl attacked my daughter, swearing at her, calling her names, just some of the most ridiculous. I mean, it was like 2 high school girls or 2 adults going at it. It was ridiculous. And she's like, this is none of your business, stay out of it. And she called, and the other person replied, called her, I don't want to say it, called her the B word. I'm trying not to swear because I don't want her. It was just traumatic. She called her an F and B. She called her a loser. She told her she was delusional. She just, basically this girl attacked my kid. And as a parent, I was scrolling down all these things where all these random people who don't even, have never met my daughter, don't go to school with her, have no idea who she is, are like attacking her. One person called her an effing retard. She put up this picture of this, like, I don't know, it must have been a comedy or something. Some guy acting like really messed up and stuff and said, this is what she is, this is what Kira looks like, yada yada. And I'm just like, oh my god. You're a 16-year-old boy, for one. Did your mama not raise you to not pick on women? And second of all, you've never met my kid. What do you care? And just, it was just going out of control. And my daughter kept writing, this is none of your business, stay out of it, stop posting, stop commenting. This has nothing to do with you. And she was just being attacked. And finally, this woman, who apparently was the, I guess, boy that she was dating's mom, got on there. And she stuck up for my kid and said, enough's enough. She's asked you to stop. Leave her alone. I mean, my daughter was even getting threatened. Like, if you don't stop writing, I'm going to find you, and I'll show you what it means to come against me. And I'm just like, oh my god. Really? Calm down. And, I don't know, it was really hard for me as a mom, because at what point do you step in? At what point do you say, okay, enough's enough? You don't want to be one of those. I check her Facebook regularly. Like, I check her messages. I check who she's talking to. I check her conversations because I don't want to be one of those parents who has no idea what's going on and something happened to her and be like, oh, well, I had no idea. No. I want to know who she's talking to. I want to make sure that she's being respectful to other people, And so I check her Facebook, and I tell her I'm checking her Facebook, and she knows that I check her Facebook. So when I saw this and she showed me this, I was heartbroken. Here are all these people. Some of them were 14, some of them I think might have been a little bit older, some of them were her age, swearing at her, threatening to beat her up, just going out of their way to be absolutely rude and nasty to a girl that they've never met because she was educating a boy on his lack of dating etiquette. It was pretty hard. It was pretty harsh. And I sat her down after that and I said, look, I'm going to post on here as your mom, and I'm going to tell everybody to knock it off and just stay off Facebook for a couple days. And she didn't understand it. She thought she had done something wrong. I said, the only thing that you did wrong was write back to these people. Even though the only thing she said was, stop it, leave me alone, stop being rude to me, stop being mean to me. That's all she said. And I had to say to her, if you hadn't have written those things, probably these people would have gotten bored and moved on. But how is that fair? How is that right? That my daughter should feel bad for trying to defend herself to these animals who attack her. That's what I'm saying. Like, I remember in high school things like that. That was face to face. This is people who sit behind a computer screen, have never met her, have no idea who she is, and attack her and degrade her and say disgusting, mean things to her. It's wrong. The day and age of people sitting behind a damn computer screen and saying such nasty things is wrong. And where are the parents? Because if my kid was writing half that stuff, her computer would be taken away, her phone would be taken away, any electronic anything would have been taken away, and she'd have been grounded. Period. End of story. And so it makes me wonder if I'm one of the if you're a parent, do you check your kid's Facebook? Are you aware of what your kids are doing on Facebook? Just saying. Just throwing that out there. Leave me a comment down below and let me know. If you think I'm out of my mind for checking my kid's Facebook, if I should even let her have a Facebook, I mean, just tell me what you think. Seriously. And the other thing is like one of the people that she goes to school with, she was supposed to stay on Facebook. She didn't. She was on the computer yesterday, and a conversation started, so she went and checked it out instead of ignoring it like she was supposed to. So she was wrong there. And one of the girls that she hangs out with was swearing and calling her such derogatory names. It was ridiculous. This is a 12-year-old girl to my daughter who I thought was innocent until I started really reading the conversation and realized that my daughter, she would say things like, shut up, you idiot, you're so stupid, and I flat out stopped her right there. I said, you know what, you are not the victim here. I said, you were wrong, A, because you broke the rule and got on Facebook, and B, you were saying nasty things back, and you shouldn't have. If somebody starts writing nasty things to you, you immediately stop, you get off Facebook, and you tell your parents. By you writing back and calling them names and saying mean things, you are just as equally as bad as they are. I mean, she was called things like an F&B, she was called a slut a couple times, she was called the C word. We all know what that C word is. Not even gonna say it. It's disgusting. And I wasn't going to say anything because, like I said, I'm at that point where she has to start doing these battles herself. But at the same time, it's like she was called such nasty things that I felt like I had to step in. So I did. I wrote the mom a message and I said, look, I don't know if you checked your kid's Facebook, but I was checking mine. And here's the messages that were being sent back and forth. And I think they're inappropriate on both ends. Because my daughter did do some very inappropriate things, and I did ground her. She is grounded. Her father and I both grounded her for 2 days. No computer, no Facebook, no electronics, no nothing. And it just, she's like, oh, I didn't even realize. I'm shocked by what she's saying. It's like, how, again, I think I'm nuts. I think I'm nuts for checking my kid's Facebook. Like I do. If she plays online games, and I hold all the passwords for those, and occasionally I'll go on and see who she's friends with, who she's talking to, what she's up to. Is that crazy, or is that, good parenting? I don't know. At what point do we not patrol our kids' stuff? I don't know as if in this day and age if you can really do that. I don't think I'd ever feel comfortable not checking on her Facebook, or not checking on her online accounts to see who's talking to her, who's hanging out with her, what she's up to, what she's looking at. I mean, I think I would want to know if my kid was, I don't know, looking at anything that doesn't seem normal. I don't think I could ever put her just on Facebook and say, go have fun. I don't know. And then the other thing is if she is being bullied, or if your kid's being bullied, or if you know of a sibling who's being bullied. Like if you have a brother who's being, or sister, or cousin, or friend who's being bullied, at what point do you step in? Do you wait until the threats start? Do you wait until they've been physically attacked? Do you go in the minute they start swearing? Do you go in the minute they start verbally, like, being abusive? Like, I don't know. I don't have a parenting handbook. I don't know at what point you start these things. You know, for me, my husband gets very angry with me because he thinks that I let my daughter do too much. And I don't police it enough. But is there a line of too much? Leave me a comment down below. I would really like to hear from somebody else. You know, if you have somebody that you know is being bullied and you have questions, or if you just want to talk about this, just leave me a comment down below. Really, I think we all as people need to start talking about these things. I just don't feel like there's enough talking about these subjects or topics. And just leave me a comment down below. If you like this video, thumbs up it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you want to, click the button down below. And as always, if you guys have been with me and are still here with me, I appreciate each and every one of you. So enough heaviness for today. See you guys next time. Bye.